Hello, welcome to Tabletop CP. Today we'll be back in Normandy for a game of Chain of Command. Alright, so you may recognize this board as we just played on it last week with Bolt Action, but we liked it so much we we're going to play on it again, and this time we're playing Chain of Command. I did a poll in the Facebook group to see which two armies, and the winner was France versus Germany. So it's early war, French infantry platoon versus German second wave infantry division. And let's get started with the briefing. So first up we have our mats, the autumn mat again. Obviously we're not changing the mat if we didn't change the board, but this is by Geek Villain. It's a very nice general purpose grass mat, can be used for anything you want. Check out the description if you want to get one of these. As far as terrain for the game goes, so we got a bunch of buildings. All the buildings are going to be hardcover, maybe except this little wood chicken shack here. But everything else is going to be hardcover. Cemetery will be hardcover with these walls. All these grass patches are going to be soft cover. And then the hedges are going to be 2-inch visibility and soft cover. And that is it for the terrain. The mission we're playing is from the Blitzkrieg 1940 handbook for Chain of Command, playing the Hasty Defense mission. So on this one the French are going to be defending. They're going to be on this side, and we're going to have a stack of 2 patrol markers there, stack of 2 patrol markers there. That board edge is cut up into thirds. Andre will start with 3 or 4 patrol markers anywhere on his edge. He'll get the first move, and then we'll do the patrol phase, and we'll put out our 3 jump off points. And we got 2d6 support. Andre already rolled that, he got 6. Force rating difference here is 1, Germany -1, France +1. Actually, Andre, you get +2, don't you, for that? +1 to -1's a difference of 2. So you're going to get 8.
If you were doing math.
You're going to get 8 support points.
Okay.
I'm only going to get half of the original 6 that Andre rolled, so it's going to be 8 German support points versus 3 French. And the objective is for Andre to get 1 unit off the board edge and to clear 2 of the 3 sectors. So he's got to accomplish both of those to win the game. So that's it for the mission. Let's look at the forces. All right, here we go with the German platoon. So the German second wave infantry division. So no 4 squads, no mortar. That's kind of a bare bones German platoon, but it does have 2 senior leaders, so still pretty good. So we're going to have Lieutenant Lankowski. He's the platoon leader, senior leader Kopke with SMG. Then we're going to have 3 squads, SMG junior leaders, 3-man MG34 team, 6-man rifle team, and that's pretty much it for the Germans. Here's the French platoon. This is the just basic French infantry platoon. So we got 2 senior leaders. We're going to have Lieutenant Decalone here. He's going to be a senior leader with pistol. We have a platoon sergeant who's an inferior senior leader. So he is a senior leader, but has only got 2 commands. We got 3 squads, rifle junior leader. We have a LMG team, which consists of a 2-man LMG, 4 rifles, and a 4-man rifle team. Then we have a VB launcher team that's going to have a junior leader, and then each one of the 4 guys has a VB launcher. And that's pretty much it. So we'll go ahead and do the patrol phase, do our plans, and get started. Alright, so the patrol phase is done. Kind of a very strange patrol phase. We wound up with 2 pretty close to each other. I got 1 here. Andre's got 1 here. So that's just how it worked out. It's a very strange patrol phase. I also got 1 in that grass there. And I got 1 just inside the barn. And Andre's other ones are here behind this hedge. And then he's got 1 in the corner of the garage here. So that's the patrol phase. Very different. Chain of Commands like that. You can play the same game on the same board 100 times, and it can be a different game every single time just because of the way the patrol phase works out. We haven't had one like this for a while, so it should be interesting. So let's do the plans. Alright, so the plan, I'll start with my plan. The French, my support unit was the R35, Renault R35, 3-point French tank. It's not great, it's slow, does have armor 5 though, which is pretty decent, and it's got HE and AP of 3. It's small, low profile, but it does have the one-man turret, so that means that the commander is manning the turret, and if he's going to fire the main gun, he can't issue any other commands. However, if I roll some ones, I can activate the driver. So at least there's that. But what the hell? I got this from this unit from Padilla long ago. We've never used it in the game. I just happen to have this exact amount of support points, so we'll use it. So anyway, as far as my plan, I know Andre's going to bring the 5th columnist, so he's probably going to shut this down, and he could probably just start moving off the board edge. So yeah, I mean, I could start deploying there, and I will at least occupy this. He'll have to get me out of there. I can bring my tank in here. So a tank and a squad in there should hopefully limit him here. And then I have this over here. I can deploy in the barn. We always say we can go up in these windows, so I should be able to shoot out of here, and then the door. I can deploy behind it. I can move up here. So I do have some ways to move. He'll have a squad here maybe that can shoot me if I try to run across that gap, maybe some smoke. We'll see. But he does have to clear 2 of the 3. So from this one, I'll try to fortify this one and try to get over here to get these 2 held down. I might have to just give up these over here. I don't know. We'll just see how it plays out. As defender, I could just kind of wait. So no Stuka though for the 2nd wave division, so I don't have to worry about that. But there will be that pesky 5th columnist. I know it. So anyway, that's it for the French plan.
All right, the German plan. Well, so it's kind of an interesting deployment here, and I made it into these 2 buildings, and I think that's gonna kind of be my key. So I'm gonna try and anchor off of these. I did bring a MG34. I think that'll work out well up on this top level here, and that'll give me pretty good cover fire out through this chunk of the board. I've also got a flamethrower team, which I'm thinking could deploy down in here and could wreak havoc on anything that comes off of that deployment zone there. I've also got the 5th columnist, which could really hose up reinforcements coming in off of there. My deployment point back here, I think I'm going to throw something out there just to make sure Travis has to split some forces off over into this building. Not sure I'm actually going to make any kind of a push this direction, although I do have to take 2 sections, but getting him out of that building could be difficult, but we'll see. You know, not really seeing it over here, but you know, catching this flank and then maybe pushing back into the middle sector, I think is probably going to be my my best move. So yeah, just some supporting fire out here with most of my forces coming off of those 2 buildings and sweeping what'll be my left flank. Well, we'll see what happens.
Okay, here we go. Having to sort Andre out between chain of command and bolt action again.
Okay, 1, 1, 3, 4, 5.
Andre used a 3 to deploy a squad. He put them on Overwatch. They came out of the garage. He used a 1 to deploy one of his support choices, which is an MG34. And that's going to be over in this right window. And then Cocky, the platoon sergeant, is deployed in the restaurant, but on the bottom floor. And he is within command range of the machine gun. He put them on Overwatch. And then he's going to burn that last one. So French phase. I can bring in all my senior leaders.
Woohoo!
So we got a chain of command point 2, 3, 4, 4. Starting off with the 2. I have deployed a squad here. I was not expecting that at all. Andre did not stop me with the 5th columnist. He won't even tell me if he has one or not. But even if he does, he's not using it. So I'm going to have this squad's going to deploy and fire at those dudes. They're in the open. So, shit, I think we're probably over 18 there, so I'm needing 5s.
The closest 2 guys are within 18. Everybody else is over.
Alright, fine. I'll roll the 2 guys first.
Well, And
All right.
then,
Well, I mean, just with who I'm shooting with, so.
okay, this guy and this guy are within 18. Everybody. So you have one guy.
Okay,
in
one
18.
guy. All right, so one guy hits, and then the rest of the guys will fire 5s. So that's 2,
Looks like you got 4
3,
more.
4, 5 hits
5
total.
hits.
Yep. So split them up.
So I roll these.
You roll them. 3 and 2. You got a 6-man rifle team.
So the 3 on the rifles.
Okay. So it looks like dead on the rifles and a shock on the machine gun. And then you can roll your leader. Check your leader.
Check my leader.
It's not the leader, the 3. Okay. They are on a boss, so they can fire back. These boys are going to fire back. Everything they got. Need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
5 back at you.
Okay, so we'll do 2 and 2. Blue will be the
5 back at you.
5 back at me.
2 and 2 is 5.
Okay, 3 and 2. I'll put the 3 on the machine gun team and the 2 on the rifle team. Soft cover, so it's a dead rifle and 2 shock.
2 shock.
So let me check my leader. It's not him. So dead rifle and 2 shock. Got my little tank in with the 3, and we're gonna take a shot with the main gun at the squad. So needing 4s. That's 1 hit
Woohoo!
in the open. Who you putting them on?
Rifle.
That's a point of shock. And you lost your Overwatch. Alright, so I got a 4. 2 4s left. And I have pulled the inferior senior leader, the platoon sergeant, who pulled the 2 shock. And that's it for me. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
Andre's psyched me out here. He's put a flamethrower in here, so he intentionally lured me out with the target over there just in order to do this. Shooting towards. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
Okay.
So not quite
average.
But doubling shock, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So we'll start here with the machine gun team.
Oh
my God.
Oh.
And then the rifle team. 2 dead.
No shock.
No shock. It's the leader though. He's hit.
Which one?
We'll see which one it is. It's the small man. He's knocked out. So I lose a dude. And my junior leader is knocked out. Wow.
Personally, I think you skated.
I skated. No, I'll agree. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue about that at all.
I mean, normally taking out a leader, I'd go, yay team, but man.
Speaking of that, bad thing happens. That might be nothing.
Yeah, I think you're
It
right.
is nothing. Oh, by the way, I'm at a 10, Andre's at a 9. So yeah, it's totally, usually a squad hit by a flamethrower like this is, you're toast. Or you're at least going to be covered with shock and you're ineffective. So that's only the one. See what the rest of the stuff Andre does. Yeah, it's deployed a squad in the building with everyone else. So they've lined here. We got a machine gun, an SMG, and 3 rifles all in the windows, and he's firing down, needing 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits again.
Really? Wow. Okay. Yep.
I'm still in the open.
I was expecting better here, but
Wants me to get away. Like I'm out of here. See you guys. Okay. So 3 on the machine gun squad or team up here in the front. It's 3 shock, and then the rifle team, the dead and a shock. So 3 shock on these boys. 1 shock on the back, and then I'll check my leader again.
it's him again.
No, I only lost 1 guy.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Although that rifle team's only got 1 guy left in it. So, but 1 shock, so he's not going to break yet. All right, next, what do you got left here? So that was a We'll let Andre decide what he wants to do next. So this, Andre's moved 1d6. Had to spread out because the way he was set up, you couldn't fire everything this way. I think we kind of screwed that up last time. But anyway, he's going to fire half effect into one hit. Watch you take out my inferior senior leader. We'll go on to the machine guns team there. Nothing.
Wow.
Wow, man, I just took. I mean, I'm fairly beat up, but I could be a hell.
You should have
that
been
squad could be just
destroyed.
dead.
You should have been destroyed.
Yeah. So Andre still has a 3 and a 4 left.
Well, I could bring another squad in over
Oh,
here.
no,
and
I'm
finish
sorry.
You.
No, you would have had to use one of those 2 or 3 to bring in this squad, Andre.
Well, I still got a 4.
Still had a 4 left.
So I did the flamethrower. I did my 2 squads.
Yeah, you haven't done. You can use both of those 4s. So the 4, Andre had Kopke move up with one of his commands. He's going to order them to throw 2 grenades out. So
Grenade 1.
that'll make it.
Grenade 2.
That'll definitely. So both of them will make it. So we'll figure out what that does. So each grenade is 2 hits in the open. So I'll put 2 on these guys here. So point of shock. And then 2 on that one last rifleman. He's dead. Well, maybe. Let's see if it's the leader. It is. Which one is it? It's the little man again.
He's cocked.
He's knocked out again. So another bad thing happens. Oh, that's got to be a minus. That might be minus. Sorry, my battery died. So I'm down to 8. I went down 2 for that 6. But my rifle team is still alive somehow. My junior leader's been knocked out twice, which does not count as wounded, so he's not dead. But I've taken 2 grenades, a full squad of firing, a half squad of firing, and a flamethrower, and I'm still somehow here, which is amazing. So you have 1 4 left. You gonna do anything else with your other leader?
No, I don't need to bring him in yet.
Okay, so French phase. All right, I need some help. Double phase.
That's helpful.
That will definitely help.
And all your senior leaders.
So I could bring my other senior leader in here, pull all my shock, and try to get the hell out of there. So he's only inferior, so I'm going to take a shock off. I probably should just take both shocks off. Let me think about it. So I was able to get a 10-inch move. I took off 1 shock with the inferior senior leader, and then they moved. Got a hell of a roll, -2, but I still got pretty far. And then after that, I decided I was going to deploy with the 2 squad off of here. But then the pesky 5th columnist arrived, gave us some misinformation, said, we don't need you here, so I'm not deploying. And then subsequent turns, it's going to be, I think, a 4+ or something I have to roll to get to deploy off of it.
Well, and honestly, you kind of skated with that. Usually the 5th columnist is a lot more detrimental when he pops up.
Yeah, because this was kind of just a second, kind of an afterthought for me, but...
Well, I just didn't really want you set up over there yet, and I probably should have held off, but I didn't.
I could try to deploy one of my other senior now, because then I can't do that. I need him to bring stuff in. So, okay, so that'll be it for that, so I'll move on to my next phase. So when we're playing one-off pickup games like this, we just do 1 extra phase and that's it. We don't keep going. If it was a campaign, yeah, all bets are off, but this is a pickup game. We're just gonna...
You should have rolled more 6s.
Yeah, then you'd be screwed. So 2 4s and a 3. Okay, so these guys, they made it. I don't know how. They took a massive amount of shooting. Flamethrowers shooting is incredible. But they were able to sneak back around. They're out of line of sight. I took off, they're down to 1 shock each. I'm down to 1 guy in the rifle team. And then my tank just moved over here. Small turret, so I can't do anything other than move. And then I realized earlier, or after I had moved up here, wait, he's got a flamethrower, which is like super badass against armor. So I just want to kind of keep my distance from that. Okay, so that's it for the French.
I'll take a double phase.
No. And 2 3s and a 4. Starting off here, Kopke, senior leader. He ordered the squad that was up here to move down. They're piling out the back. There's a door right there. He then ordered the flamethrower to move out. So he's out there in the middle of the road. And then lastly, that last section there, they only move 2 inches. So they're moving pretty slow, but that's it for that phase. So the next German phase. Oh man, I wanted all 6.
So close.
1, 2, 4 to work with. First thing Andre did, this squad moved up, so they shut down this jump off point. Next he moved his flamethrower back just to be with those guys so the share hits. And lastly, this squad over here, the last German squad, has moved out 7, so they're heading right into the courtyard of the barn area there, and that's it. So French phase. Double phase. Yeah, on demand.
And decent.
Not bad. 3,
decent
3,
roll.
1. Okay. Let me think about it. The first thing I did was I brought my BB launcher squad. So they made it in. They've driven off the 5th columnist. He ran away. BB launcher is deployed out here. That looks awful far from the jump off point, doesn't it? It looks a little farther than 6 inches. So let me smooth these guys up a little bit. Get a little bit closer. Okay, but anyway, so I made it through the 5th columnist. I deployed the BB launcher squad there. My tank with the 3 just backed up here. Can't fire. And then lastly, I brought another section in the barn. So I got my machine gun up in these windows. And then we're going to say 4 guys can shoot out of the barn door. So I'm going to get 4 BB launcher shots. So when they first shoot, it's half. So they are each E2, so 1 each. I'm going to get 10 total shots out of the barn at those guys. So we'll start with the BB launchers. Even 4s. 4 hits. Look at that. The Tabletop Generals dice, Tabletop CP dice.
So
Which one's which?
Yellow's machine gun.
So it's a dead each, and then a shock. So check your leader. Hell of a shot by the BB launchers.
Nice.
It's the leader. He's killed. Junior leader killed.
This went sideways really fast.
All right, roll a bad thing for that. That's got to be a -2. Maybe. We'll check. So he's going to take the guy out of the rifle squad. Junior leader's killed. Take him out. He dropped 2, so he's down to 7.
And that was your weak attack.
That was my weak attack. Now
On
my
your first turn.
now my main attack here. It's 10 shots from the barn, needing 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits in the open. So that's
Nothing on the rifles.
So it's a dead and 2 shock on the machine gun. It's not the leader.
I don't actually.
Oh, you don't have a leader, so it don't matter.
Yeah, it wasn't my leader this time, huh?
So a dead and 2 shock on these boys. Next phase for the French.
I'm hurting.
Oh wow, I can do pretty much everything here. 1, 3 threes.
Pretty much everything.
And a 4.
You're
Yeah.
gonna have extra dice.
I'm gonna have everything. All right, 1, 3 threes, and a 4. Start off with the BB launchers with the 1. So this time I'm firing full effect. They haven't moved. So it's gonna be 8 shots this time at that squad needing 4s. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 hits this time. Wish I got more hits than half the shots last time. 2 dead. Dead each. You don't have a leader.
Yeah, it wasn't him anyway.
It wasn't the leader. So then you're going to be down to 1 dude in the machine gun squad,
Yeah.
our team. Okay.
With 2 shock.
Oh, they're going to break. So these guys break.
No.
Yeah. It's by team. It is by
Oh.
team, yeah. So roll 2d6, add 6, and then move that far back.
Do I get to?
You can just ignore all cover. It's kind of, they're just making a beeline.
Rally at the deployment point.
Yeah. And then roll
A bad thing.
bad thing for team breaks. That's probably a -1, be my guess.
Yeah. Hey, I'm down to 6.
Okay, then all 10 shots from the squad at what's left of the rifle team here. 1, 2, 3. Shit. 3 hits.
That's enough. 3 dead, 1 shock.
I need some
I
shock
don't break. I don't break.
2 shock. Okay, so I'm gonna be up to 3 shock.
No.
Deployed my last section over here, right in the open, but what the hell? We're gonna fire at those boys, see if we can finish them off. Even 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hits.
That's all you got?
11 hits on that 4-man rifle.
That's all you got?
That's all we got.
Okay.
Might be a straight wipeout here.
All right, so the yellows on the rifles without hand grenades, the reds on the rifle with a hand grenade.
So you got 2 dead and a shit. Yeah, they're gonna break. 2 dead
Just a
and
little bit.
7 shock. All right, we'll get them going. Those guys, the 2 guys with a bunch of shock, they fell back there. That's another -1. Team breaks. So Andre's down to 5. So that squad's broken. That was a 3. Actually, I fired those guys already, didn't I?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, 3, 3, 1. So I got a 3 and a 4 left. Over here, I had my inferior senior leader platoon sergeant pull the shotgun is moved. We just rearranged, refaced. So if these guys come around the corner, we'll be ready for them. And then last thing is going to be the last 3, and I'm going to have my tank just fire an HE shell into there. So needing 4s. 2 hits. So split them up.
Can you see both?
No, you're right. I can only see the rifle team. So 2 shock on the rifles. I'll take it. And that's it for me. So German phase. Yeah, that was a pretty epic double phase right there. Took a squad out. So what'd you get?
Hey, I got a lot of 2s.
3 2s, a 4, and a 5. Andre started off over here. Kopke moved these guys up. They didn't get a great move. He was trying to get in the door here. Couldn't make it. Kopke himself tried to get over the hedge. Couldn't make it. He just moved up to it. Then Lankowski came in over here. And he ordered the squad to move up. So they got an 8. And then the flamethrower moved up right after them. They also got an 8. So they're just kind of hanging out there in the road. And that's it for the Germans. To the French. Another double phase. This is getting insane here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 4 to work with. First thing I did, I had this squad. The platoon sergeant took the last shock off. Moved 1d6. We're going to fire at them. Before we do that though, I made a 3 with the 2 and the 1. And I had this section run 3d6. Got a 10. I took one of the shocks off with the other command. However, the MG42 in this window here.
Actually, it's in this window.
It's in the invisible window up there.
Third floor window.
His Overwatch. So needing 5s. 1, 2, 3 hits. So I'll put 2 onto the machine gun team, 1 onto the rifle team. So a shock each. Okay. Here we're going to have 5 shots. So the lone rifleman, he can't fire because he can't shoot through his own guys, but half effect here is still 5 shots, needing 4s. 1 hit. So point of shock. And that'll be it. So next phase. 1, 1, 3, 4, 3. This squad made it up to the hedge, pulled the shock, ran up there. I did bring Olivier in over here instead of firing the tank. I figured he'd be more useful than 3 HE shots at this point. So I brought him in, and he ordered the guys in the barn to go out. But they only rolled snake eyes. So obviously they're not too keen on leaving the barn. And I also had him move the BB launcher squad up. So we're going to move over here, and we're going to fire 11 shots straight ahead at these boys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 hits, man. That wasn't as effective as I was hoping it would be.
I got so machine gun.
Dead and a shock. Dead and a shock. So 2 dead and a shock each. Check your leader. It's not him. So dead, dead. Okay, and that's it for me. So German phase. Here we go. German phase. Can he pull off it? Oh, it's
No,
not a
he
double
whiffs.
phase. Not. No, it's not horrible.
Oh,
What did you wind up with?
It's an average roll.
1, 2, 3, 3. Okay.
Average is a whiff at this point.
Okay. All right. Andre has first he made a 4, and he moved Lankowski up, trying to get up there to help rally those guys that are broken back there. Next, he moved this squad 1d6, kind of rearrange, keeping them within 4 of the flamethrower. They're going to fire half effect over here. 5s.
That's half effect.
1 hit. All right, we'll put on the machine gun team, nothing. Soft cover. So next up, he's got 10 shots here. So here we go, leading 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits.
Wow. I am
So we'll
just
do,
subpar all around today.
2 on the blue will be the rifle team. So I lost a machine gun team. It's not the leader. The machine gun team loses a guy, takes a shock. French phase. Hey, it's not a double phase.
Oh no.
So a 2, 3, and a 4, huh?
Yep.
Okay. First thing I'll do with the 3 is I'm going to have these guys fire at them. With the 2, I just had these guys go back to where they were. So the machine gun up at the top, and the 4 guys in the barn door. And then with the 4, I'm going to have the senior leader over here throw a grenade, which I forgot to do last time, and fire. So let's start off over here, 8 and 5s. On to this Germans in the open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hits. And there's a flamethrower in there. So you got 3 teams you got to split between, Andre.
Okay. Green is flamethrowers. Red is machine gun. Oh, nice.
So you lost a flamethrower, dude. You lost a machine gun. And you lost 2 rifles and a... Wow, okay. Roll for your leader. You got 3 kills there. It's the leader.
Yay.
See what happens to him. He takes a wound. So he'll be down to a level 1. So roll me a bad thing. Probably nothing. Alright, we'll sort it out and come back. Alright, so next up we're going to have these guys fire straight ahead, needing 4s. 1, 2, 3 hits.
4.
Wait, 4 hits. So 2 each. Let me throw a grenade. I'll throw my grenade. Yeah, it'll make it. So it's 3 hits each. Yeah, 1 frag, and then the rest are bullets. So start with the machine gun team.
In red.
So you got a dead and a shock, and then just a dead. Okay. Roll for your leader. It's not him. All right, we'll figure it out. Yeah, and we got 1 guy left in the machine gun team, 4 riflemen left, and 2 shock per. German phase. Is that double phase?
I was going to say, if this isn't
That was the
double
time.
phases for the rest of the game here, I'm pretty toasty.
Oh, you got it.
I got, and 2 4s.
Oh, no.
Wow.
That's not good
That
for me.
was about as good as it could get.
Yeah, all right. We'll begin with Lankowski moved over there a little bit more, pulled some shock. Over here, Kopke, he had the flamethrower move up. He got a good move. The squad followed behind, lined the hedge. And then Kopke's third command is going to have the tripod MG34 fire this way. And lastly, he added a man to make it a 2-man machine gun team again, and he's going to fire straight ahead. So 10 shots, needing 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hey,
That's not bad.
above average.
So blue will be the lone rifleman. He takes 2 shock, so he's gonna break. And then I lose a guy and take a shock on the rifle, on the machine gun team. So check my leader, it's not him. So this guy's gonna break route. So he routed off the table.
And then one shock on
One shock on there. And then a bad thing happens, team routes. Probably -2. So team breaks, there's no team routes. All right, next up we're gonna have the 10 shots from the MG34. What are you shooting at here? You got BB launchers in the open, or you got guys on the hedge?
I guess BBs in the open is better.
Yeah, it's only 4 guys too.
And a leader.
And a leader. So if you can break them, that's hell of a hit on my enforced morale. 10s and 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
5.
Oh my god.
Been saving it up, Travis. I've been saving it up.
All right, in the open. Dead and 3 shock. Check the leader. Oh, it's him. It's the junior leader. He's knocked
Junior
out.
or senior?
Junior. Oh, I guess they are kind of close, huh?
He's attached.
So should I roll to see which one was hit?
Yeah.
It's the senior, or the senior leader's hit. So he's, would I roll a 3?
I didn't see it.
I think I rolled a 3. I can't remember now. Just let me re-roll it.
Okay.
We'll see what happens to the senior leader. He takes a wound. So senior leader wounded. It's got to be. Oh man, that might be a -2 on a 5. Check it. Yeah, it's -2. So I lost. I took 3 shock, and then I one guy, but it was the leader. So he's dropped me down to 5. So we're both at 5 force morale right now, and Andre gets another phase.
Wow.
Yeah, he's done. So next phase.
Not quite a chain of command.
That's what I need, is one of those.
Dice.
I need a chain of command dice so I can get the hell out of the way.
I need one so I can
You
unbroken.
get 4s though. You can make 1 4.
I got a 4.
Two 2s and a 3. Top Gee is he's gonna have everything fire. So the machine gun, the flamethrower is gonna fire at the tank. He's within range. And then this, and then he's gonna have with one of the other dice have these guys fire there. So we'll do this first. 10 shots. 10 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
I'll be average.
So I got I've only got 1 team left here. Oh my god, 3 dead and 2 shock.
That's
not
pretty
good.
devastating.
It's not the leader.
Not the leader though.
So 1, 2, 3.
And 3 shock.
I think they're gonna break.
No. It just puts him to 5, right?
Yeah, but I only got 3 guys left. Oh yeah.
Yeah, 5 with 3 guys. You're still good by 1.
Still not dead. Because if my senior leader routs off the board, that's it for me.
Actually, oh, he's not. I was going to say I could toss a grenade in, but actually I could toss a grenade with my junior leader, couldn't I?
The 3, yeah.
Let's toss a grenade.
Okay.
So that's 2 dice.
2d6. 5, yeah, you'll make it. That's 5 inches.
Okay.
So 2 more hits. It's a point of shock.
And that breaks you.
That breaks me. Damn. That's a bad thing. That's going to be a lot of bad things. Yeah, I'll definitely make it off the board. Oh man, so I got to roll 2 leaders routed. Yeah, that's probably the game. So I got a junior leader routed. I rolled a 2.
Junior route 2 is -1.
Okay, so that takes me to 4. Then a senior leader route, a 1.
That's -2.
A 1?
A
Oh my
1
God.
senior leader routes on a 1 is -2.
Damn. And then
Yeah.
team breaks on a 4.
-1.
So I'm down to 1. Oh man. He wants to flame the tank. So 12 shots, hitting on 4s. And I have to remember how this works. If I remember, they're really good against tanks. I think it's mainly just the shot. What do we get here? 7 hits. And what do? I have to roll saves. How does this work? I can't remember now. I'll just roll a bunch of saves. Or, I didn't roll any 5s. Is that good or bad? Do I want to roll high? I can't remember how it works against vehicles now. We'll have to look at it. So I think I'm pretty sure I didn't take any damage at all. Because I think with this, it's been so long. I think 5s and 6s are shock. Or 5s only. I don't know. It was really weird. But I didn't roll any 5s. So technically nothing happened to the tank from the flamethrower.
And if we're wrong, that's okay.
If we're wrong, let
I've
us
been
know.
lucky enough on this round already.
Let us know if we're wrong. Alright, so what do you got left here? You got this, the machine gun up in the window.
Yeah, that'll be 10 shots on...
The VB launchers.
Yep.
Okay. 5s.
4 hits.
4 hits. Alright. In the open. Oh man, 2 dead. See if it's the leader again. It's not.
Nope.
So just 2 dead in the VB launcher squad.
No shock.
No shock. Oh, was that a 5 I rolled? No, I don't. I think it was just 2 dead.
Okay.
So 2 dead with 3 dudes. So they're not quite going to break yet. Alright, so you still have this squad here. 11 shots with these dudes over here. 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Okay, the blue will be the machine gun. Damn. Dead each. Dead each. Okay. I think that's it for you, right? Do I get to go? I got 1 force morale.
So what, you get
I got
2 dice?
I got to drop a bunch of dice. Yeah. So if I'm down to 1, reduced by 3, and then at some point I lose a jump off point that you pick. I guess
Doesn't matter. Actually, I would pick one that wouldn't. So if I end the turn while I'm on this one, that will.
Yeah, you already captured this one. If the turn ends, I would have to roll a bad thing for that.
Yeah.
So I'm down to 2 dice. We'll just go right into it here.
Hey!
Hey, a 6.
It's not a double phase.
Imagine a 2 dice double phase. Those are the best. Alright, I got a 4 left with a wounded senior leader. Alright, I'm just going to concede. The French are going to pull back. There's not really anything I can do at this point. Like Andre said, he needs a 5. If he gets 1 more 5, he gets a chain of command dice.
End the turn.
I roll a bad thing for losing that. I
Till the
don't
jump off point.
I don't have a way to avoid it. So that's it. That's game. So it was a wild game. That last double phase Andre had was pretty much literally it saved the game.
Oh, it was.
I got a lot of double phases too, but I didn't. I mean, I did okay with them. Not as good as I could have.
The first one saved your ass over
with these guys
over here. They got out it because they should have just been
That was
vaporized.
a miracle. Yeah, I can't believe that squad was even in the game at that point.
And then they came back around the corner, and I didn't get vaporized.
Yeah, poor shooting on the.
And then we went back and forth, just blazing at each other a few times.
Yep.
And yeah, that just baffled me that, usually you get into, you're caught in the open, just getting lit up, and it's over. But we were just going back and forth and somehow surviving it.
And we used grenades a lot in this game.
Yeah.
You threw them a couple times. I threw one.
I used all my senior leader grenade, no.
We threw a lot.
I used 3.
There was a lot of grenades flying around in this
way
game.
more than we usually do.
Yeah, and then this squad here, they were trying to make it, but they got caught out in the open, lit up.
And I was explaining, Travis was asking me what the hell I was thinking on that off camera. My idea there was, it was a double phase. So I still had the 5th columnist
Right.
over there. So
Yes.
there was at least a 50% chance that was going to be shut down.
Yep.
Even if it wasn't, and he did get lucky and came in, well, okay, 50-50 chance, fair enough. He lights me up. I was close enough, I was pretty sure I could occupy the stable building there, which was central to holding that center, terrain, which is part of the
2 of the 3
wind
sectors.
condition. So I thought, okay, so it bloodies my nose. I've got a key piece of terrain, and it's going to be real difficult to get me out of there. That'll occupy a bunch of his forces and allow me to, sweep this other edge. So I really, if I'd have known he was going to roll a double phase,
Yeah.
I would not have done that.
You never know what the hell you're gonna roll.
Oh, but no, the double phases were insane in this game.
There's a lot of them.
There were a lot of them, and not that they can't come at key points, but you had a key point there, you had a key one here, and then I obviously had the key one of all time because I was about to fold up.
Yeah,
I mean,
you were down to 5.
Literally, that was my last roll. If I hadn't have gotten a double phase there, I don't think I could have taken another round of punishment. And in fact, I think it might have been over if you'd have gotten a better roll the previous turn. You kind of had a crappy roll.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Didn't get to fire everything, and because I was really hurting.
You were. Yeah, I felt pretty good there. Especially when these guys got out somehow, and miraculously, they weren't killed. I mean, they took the flamethrower, a squad, grenade. I mean, they were getting shot from here.
Oh,
they got lit up. But
no, I cardinal sin. I deployed these guys out in the open in front of a deployment point where Travis could be behind the hedge and just light me up. And
it was a ruse.
it was purely, I had to pull the next turn and, light them up with the flamethrower.
Well, plus, I mean, how often do we ever have deployment points within like 8 inches of each other?
Only in this scenario.
I know in sharp practice, like you can't deploy within 12 of an enemy deployment point or an enemy unit or something. I forgot, but I don't think that's a rule in this game. Well, you could deploy right into fisticuffs if you wanted to.
In this game, I suppose it could be possible, but it never happens that you have deployment points anywhere near each other.
Right.
Unless you're playing this scenario where you've got the split stacks and you always wind up with these bizarre deployment locations. But
it was really weird.
Just from a kind of common sense, why couldn't you have 2 deployment points in a town? Everybody's just sneaking around. Nobody knows where anybody is.
Totally could.
And it just happened. Everybody's popping up right next to each other when they, these guys came out and those guys,
and there was
popped
guys
up
in
in the hedgerow, and the guys in the building are like, yo.
I like that scene in Saving Private Ryan when they that wall fell down and there was all those guys like right there.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. They were just kind of they were in the building. They heard a bunch of shooting out here and it's like, hey, we should probably look outside. So it was pretty crazy. So what was your plan, Andre? Did you follow your plan?
Actually, I think we both really stuck to our plans a lot. I was keying off of this building to lay down supporting fire. Turned out you never, and probably because of that, never deployed out there, which gave me, meant you just had those, and that allowed me to take this one, which, I didn't initially wipe you out, but I was able to shut down that one. That one was covered by the building, and I was going to kind of sweep this way, and I was going to sort of see what happened over here. Ideally, I saw an opportunity, tried to take the stable building. Didn't work out well at all.
No, it was a bad
but it still, it didn't force you to deploy everything back here. That was part of your plan.
That was part of my plan.
But getting you to deploy the bulk of your forces back here was part of my plan. So it really allowed me to, sweep around, and then it was just a matter of, then I've got 2 fronts taking this central square for the win. And, so really your plan kind of played into mine, except for the fact that, you were strong enough over here. It of course came down to force morale.
Yeah, right.
I'd have had one more try, maybe, I'm not sure if we did the flamethrower correctly or not, but I'd have maybe one more, don't know if I'd get to fire the flamethrower again or not.
You had one more shot left.
But that was my only way of taking out your tank. If I didn't take out your tank,
it's not like it's doing anything.
Except holding that section. I mean, I can't win unless I can remove it.
Right.
So then it really kind of came down to force morale if I couldn't get rid of the tank. But
Yeah, my plan. I mean, my plan was to hold these two, and maybe put something over here. And I took the bait of Andre's thing. I couldn't resist the squad in the open. Did not even think about, hey, there's a jump off. He probably has a flamethrower because he can't bring anything, no tanks, nothing in that second wave list. So
well, and I didn't do the pregame barrage, which
what else? What else did you have?
I had the machine gun, the flamethrower, and the fifth columnist.
That was 8 points. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, is there more points out there? I guess not, but
Nope, that was it was 3 and 4 for the flamethrower team and the MG.
yeah, but I mean, I kind of was willing to give up you getting off the board because I mean,
It's
fine, you get off the
virtually
board.
impossible to stop.
Plus, if you take something off the board, that's one less thing
It's
shooting
like
at
killing
me.
a unit, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I'll just make him. I'll occupy these two. He's gonna have to drive me off, but it wound up that my one unit. I mean, I dropped what, like 5 or 6 force from that
And
one unit.
the only thing that I really wasn't expecting you to do that I was really happy about was when you dropped your senior leader in over there. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
look at all those bad things.
Yeah,
Granted, I thought it was going to happen a lot sooner.
yeah. Somehow, I
And-
somehow got really lucky with that.
Well, and honestly, if you hadn't have brought that unit back around, if you'd have just tried to pull back and regroup back here, I don't know that your plan might have actually pulled off. But
Oh, you mean if I moved these guys, just kept running
just
them that way?
you would take
Yeah,
some fire
a
from
lot
a
of
machine
shooting.
gun, but you probably would have been able to get back to cover over here and regroup.
Yeah, probably.
But who could pass up a double phase coming around and just lighting those boys? I wouldn't have passed on it.
No. Even though the first one's only half effect, but still,
Yeah.
you're gonna get like 15 shots probably.
In retrospect, it would have probably worked, because having that senior leader over there routing is really what sank you.
That's brutal. That's
But-
really brutal.
No, I really did not see me winning this.
Well, it came down to that double phase.
Oh, it was totally the
Totally the
double
double
phase.
phase.
I mean, I was, how much longer do we go before I actually concede this? And it's like, well, when I get down to 2 or less
Yeah.
force morale, I just throw in the towel because
And neither one of us got a chain of command dice this whole game.
you were at 3. I got up to 5 on that last roll,
Yeah, that's crazy.
adding
I would have loved to have
2,
one. I would have used that for. That would have been so nice.
saving
Just
your senior leader.
pull back, yeah, get out of the way. But
No.
it never happened. So
This
yeah.
was a crazy, crazy
It was
game.
a fun game. It's the best game of chain of command we've had in a long time.
And super interesting just from the perspective of we both basically followed our plans to a large degree,
Yep.
which rarely happens either.
Yeah. So good game. Good job, Andre. And yeah, let us know what you guys think of this game. I thought it was pretty good. So with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off. So thanks to all the guys who are here on the live stream with us. And check out our social media stuff, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Check out our Patreon page too if you want to help out the channel. And with that, we'll say thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.